Hey TikTok, how are we going? Hello YouTube as well. What's going on? So today I finally cast some hooves for the deer. So the crystal stag. Finally cast some hooves for it. Hey magnificent paper hamster. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I just need to clean it up. So this one's going to be a resin doll, and I don't normally make resin dolls anymore, but yeah, I guess maybe, I don't know, just giving it a go again. But yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup around the seam lines. So I finished casting 4 of them yesterday. I had to rummage through all my molds in my box that I packed away because I don't really use my silicone molds much anymore. But yeah, I didn't want to sculpt every single hoof, knowing that I have a mold for it. So naturally you get seam lines when you cast things in resin. But yeah. And then I also cast some more bat feet for another flying fox doll, which I think I'm going to do as part of a Halloween collection. But yeah, we'll see if this TikTok live is going to be good to me today or not. Because you never know. Sometimes it's not. Anyway, I should concentrate on doing the hoof. So for the stag, it's sort of ready to be put together. I do need to fashion a joint together before I can fully put it together. So maybe we'll do that after I clean this up. And then I'm going to do some work on my other flying fox. I did the wings yesterday. I'll show everybody in a minute. But yeah, I made the wings for it yesterday, so I sort of just have to clean them up a bit. But they're all together. But yeah. You keep missing my streams. Oh yeah, UK time zone's way out. Oh, 3 a.m. Oh, thank you. It is 12:40 in the afternoon here, lunchtime. I know I do miss all of my European followers. But yeah, this is like the only time that I can get on. This is the only time I can get on. Hopefully in the next year or two, I can start doing like a bit more lives at earlier in the morning maybe. Just depends. I've got a 2-year-old, so it's Bombay lady. Yeah, I got to work around the 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old, so that's where we're at. All right, hooves are done. I cast the hooves, by the way. Oh, thank you for all the likes. Fake it gonna be Halloween makeup. That's interesting. But yeah, just gonna trim off the seam lines. These need a little bit of cleanup. Maybe I'll do this at the end of the video. I might concentrate on doing the wings for which am I working on today. So I did a bit of casting during the week. I finally cast the hooves. I found the mold and I cast them in resin for the crystal stag. I also cast some extra flying fox feet. So I want to do that for a Halloween doll. And then I've got my flying fox wings that I need to cut out. I've also done a little bit of sculpting on a leopard gecko, so it's not quite finished just yet. But yeah, I need to do all the detailing on that one, but it's really cute. So I'd like to try and do a little bit more work on that. Probably do some more towards the end of the live. I also have been working on, there's lots of things. I've been working on the reflector for the Shiranui doll. So it's really rough reflector that I'm working on. So this would be like the outside. It definitely needs like a cleanup. And yeah, I'll need to do like the inside of the reflector. It's huge. I don't even know if that's too big. I hope not. I measured it against like sculptures that there is, and it looks right. But there's so much stuff. And I've also got the blue medieval cat and my elephant. I sculpted the elephant feet, so I baked all the parts yesterday. So I need to attach the armature to the trunk. The ears I do need to make, but I think I'm going to make that off the same way I made the bat wings. And there's just lots. There's so much. But yeah, I think I've just been having some issues with shipping to the States because of the whole tariff thing. So like a lot of countries have suspended their shipping to the States because that guy hasn't organized for any way for the tariffs to be paid. So everybody's suspended shipping. So it's really annoying because people from the States are like 95% of my customers, and it's very annoying. So hopefully they can sort it out. So I'm sure they will. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't want them to be like slugged with, $100 tariff fee. You love creating things, but don't think I could ever be. Oh, thank you. It's just practice. Like they definitely didn't look anywhere near as nice as they do now. And I look back when I first started and I was like, oh geez, that's embarrassing. It's just all practice. And I think it comes with age as well. Age and practice. Exactly. That's what they voted for, right? Like not understanding. Well, I don't believe they did, but I don't think a lot of them understood that the consumer pays the tariff, whether it be the merchant ups their price and just to cover the tariff, but the consumer pays. So, and like, I don't want them to, get their package at, the post office and then get slugged with $100, a 10% tariff fee. So they haven't organised anything, and I think the same with the UK and I think New Zealand, like multiple other countries, Europe, Canada, I think as well. So everyone's sort of not happy with that. All right, so that's that. That's really frustrating. So I think maybe next year I'm going to try and do some more like conventions here. Try and get an audience here. But it's kind of tough. It's tough these days. All right, let's cut out the bat wings. Your chronic illnesses make. Oh, you're starting to use air dry clay. You've noticed a lot of. Yeah, I know, shipping issues. I know. I think the last two that I sent to the States have been really slow. No problems. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the last two have been really slow to the States, but they got there, but that was before the whole tariff thing was put into place. Well, half-assed way. I'll show you my flying fox head. It's my flying fox. Ta-da! Big wings. So they need a trim. which basically I'm going to try and follow the pattern of the armature that's in there, and I'm going to use some fabric scissors as well, so it cuts nicely. So I do have a tutorial in my shop on how I make these wings, but yeah, it's basically just cotton fabric and what's called mesh webbing, but so I'm just going to cut it to about here and then just cut it up. So for the little claw, little top claw here, I do need to attach that properly, and then I sort of do like a little stick thing here. Right, so I'm just going to cut maybe here, give that a trim along there, and I try to be really neat with this too. So I try to do like one straight cut. It does look huge. It's kind of life-sized, I would say. It's just the wings that look really big. So it is a grey-headed flying fox, so they're native to Australia. But this one is going to be for a bat rescue that they want to use in their educational program. So they do like programs with kids, and obviously you can't handle bats. So they want to be able to use something to, show the kids, basically. So something that I like doing. Now I've got a pattern here, so I want to make sure I'm following it the right way. Like that. So what we're going to do, it's always fine to cut bigger than needed, but so I'm going to cut up to here, and then I can always trim it here when I put the body on because I attach the wing to the body, so I can always trim it later on. Thank you so much for the likes. Your toy cat looks like that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's Pooping Cat. You're spot on, man. I'm glad. I'm super glad. I'm really good in. I'm glad it presented that way. Thank you. That's an awesome idea. Yeah, I really like doing stuff like that for the kids, or even just like educational purposes. Definitely something I'm interested in. Right, so, but yeah, so we're sort of starting to take shape with the bat wing. Like so. The cat ignoring the world around. That's it, just going about the day. No worries in the world. I feel like none of them have any worries in the world. Sometimes I wish I was a cat in a really lovely household. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to make sure I'm getting this in the right direction. I've got my bat wing. There, and then we're going to go this way. Probably about, where's the foot? So we want it with a really awkward angle. Right there. Okay, just gonna put this up here. All right. So that's basically a really rough shape. Probably will give it a trim when I go to put the body together. But it's looking good. So let's trim this up a little bit. You can see the difference now between the wings. I'll just hold it up here quickly. Sorry. The wing there. To the non-trimmed one. Wing there. And the non-trimmed one. Okay. You ever created any Yeah, so I've been sort of concentrating on doing reptiles because I've definitely neglected them over the years. So I recently have done a veiled chameleon, and then I did a I've been told it's pronounced Gila monster. That was really cool. And hey mate, it's going all right. And I'm working on a little leopard gecko. Over the lighting. Long time no see. What's been happening? Happening. Okay. Now I want to get some trim here. It's always tricky to work with these massive wings. It's such a tiny desk space. It's like easier to do it on the floor. Not too much. Don't worry, it's not needed. Don't worry, it doesn't need your help. It's been raring to go, that's for sure. I reckon you could fight and it would give you restriction. Been having a very interesting conversation with a psychopath on Instagram. If you're interested in that, I actually think it might be a bot. One of those right-wing bots. It's just a couple of things that true, exactly. But yeah, it's interesting conversation. You used to have geckos. Have you ever? Have I injured myself? Yes, many times. many times. Yeah, not too bad, but yeah, definitely. I get a lot of blisters from sewing, like a lot of sewing. So It's always a bit annoying, but is what it is, I guess. Yeah, it's probably a good thing. I think it's a bot. I use these blades to slice things, and I have sliced my finger pretty well on that one. Totally my fault, but yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, no, they're just a couple of things because it's like they haven't stopped for 24 hours. Like there's been no like sleep break, and they claim to be American. So, yeah, Facebook's pretty quiet. So yeah, there was like no sleep break. It was like no 9 hour sleep break. It was just consistent every 20 minutes, consistent, and like they don't even follow me, and they were just like bang right on that post. It was just a shipping, like the tariff, a post about tariffs. I may or may not have called that president incompetent, but anyway, they were right onto that post. So I didn't even know how they came across it. So, and they're using like special characters, like, you know, the A with the dots up the top as well. It just makes me think it's a bit off. But you know, who knows? Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I'll probably trim that to about here. I'll wait for the body to be put on first, but yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's hard to show on YouTube. Sorry. You usually end up stopping yourself when you sew. Yeah, I hate using I think I ward off those bots very. Yeah, they are. I did report it. But yeah, I think it's a bot. It could, yeah. It could, definitely, but there's just a couple of things that are a bit off on that. Okay. So I do need to add the little claws on the top here. Anyway, just need to open that up a bit. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but honestly, it's not surprising, but geez. Thank you. I know. It's going to look good. I'm going to make another one for Halloween, so I need to rummage through my I wonder if I could stick this on with super glue. I reckon I could. It's quite tight. Yeah, I need to. No. I need to rummage through my fur to find some of the fur for the flying fox. Yeah, it's just like their stock standard bullshit. Bloody. We're taking America back. Back from what? What exactly? I don't really like answer properly. It's just like textbook crap, I guess. Like a vampire. Oh, just another one of these ones. So I've got another. I did 2 castings of it. So I've got another head, and I've got the other feet for it. So I think I just make like a regular one. I do want to make a vampire bat though. They're pretty cute. Back from common sense. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, surely it's a bot. Hopefully this super glue sticks. Hopefully. That should be enough. I think it'd be deeper. But like, yeah, another shooting with children. Come on. It's like the same argument, protecting the kids, protecting the citizens. From what? How? They are super misunderstood and super important for pollinating. They're like just as important as bees. But it's just because they're a bit germy that they get a bad rap. But yeah. Okay. Hopefully that sticks. Now I can paint it. I reckon that'll stick. I'm just going to paint it. I cleaned all my brushes. Would you believe? Amazing. Okay. So just a bit of black. The whole creating process is fascinating. Oh, thanks. Maybe trying to challenge myself a bit lately. But yeah, that is, let that dry. One little back claw. So basically what I do once this dries, I get the fabric and I sort of wrap it around so it creates like their little claw. Why is your cat frozen? I told it to stay really, really still. Don't move. It's doing well. Okay. Just watching the cat judging us. It loves it. I reckon I need to get a new set of brushes. These ones have had it, I reckon. I've seen better days. Okay, let that dry. One thing I do need to paint these hooves, which I think I'm going to do black. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. It's a bit stressful with the tariff things because all our shipping's suspended to, you thought that was a real cat, the States, and they're like 95% of my customers, so it's a little stressful trying to work out when it's gonna come back. It's really frustrating, but anyway, that's my rant. Okay, here's my skeleton of a flying fox so far. So I'll let those little fingers dry, and I'll need to cut out some fabric for the body. It's going to have a rust colored neck, so I need to find a fabric for it. But yeah, he's going to be big. Big little flying fox. All right, so I'll leave that here. What's next? I'll paint these. That's what I'll do. Let's paint these ones. I'm going to use a big one. Or one that I didn't clean. Jesus. Bit slack with that one. It'll come back. or not. Thanks. All right, so these are resin casts, so I'll probably need to do a couple of layers on this, but I'll just get the first one, and then I'll do another one at some point. So I think I'm going to I'll do it matching with the feet. So I'll just do black hooves for this one. And I'm just using a water-based acrylic paint to paint over it. Normally I prep it with like a canvas primer, but sometimes you don't really need to. The little bowls that move cost a lot. They are expensive, yes. I get mine from the wholesaler, so you have to spend like a minimum amount with them, which is, it's probably more now, but it was 500 US, which is quite a lot for us. It's 8. And then we have to pay bloody GST on top of it. So they're just plastic ball and socket armatures. So when I order from them, I order like a lot. So I think the last time I ordered it was maybe like 4 years ago or something, which I've still got some stock. Yeah. But I do have some in my shop. Oh, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, thanks. Bye. So really awful coverage of the first coat, but that's fine. We will get there. We'll fix it. Big gifter over me. Jeez. You don't have to give me anything. Exactly. You did something wrong. Just a quick coverage. Okay, what's next? What should we do next? Shall we put some pipe cleaners on the body? Okay, one more. Cats, you gotta love them. I like their shitty attitude. Entitlement. If a cat was a person, I'd hate the person. But because they're a cat. It's based on a silver tabby British Shorthair. So I like the tabby sort of silver colour with black. I thought that was really nice colouring. Okay, what's next? So we've got, we need to put those together. This one, we need a socket as well. I don't think I have any spare. Could use this one. I don't know how to break this. I don't think I can. It's all tangled. Don't have any anywhere else either. So this is off a. I gotta show. Oh, there's so many things. know what I need to do. All right, here's my freshly baked. I've got some elephant feet. So I sculpted a bunch of elephant feet for my elephant commission. So these are all baked. The little toes. These are my little elephant feet. So they need an armature in them. This is my elephant, which also needs a couple of armature pieces. So we're going to have a trunk, like so. So the trunk's obviously going to be posable. Whether I shorten that or not, maybe. And we want the armature to go in the back too, which I'll have to carve that out a little bit. And also got part of my dragon. I'm making a Japanese dragon doll. So this will be the bottom part of the jaw. So that's all nice and baked. I can start attaching things to that. But yeah, a couple of things to do, which I might start attaching some parts to, so we can put things all together. I just need to make this a little bit bigger. And for the elephant ear, I'm going to do the same sort of deal, but I'm going to use my fabric that I've got for the body for that one. Okay, so I don't know if I can get this to come off. I don't think I can quite get the angling on it. This is a piece that I did before. I like to try and reuse it, but I don't think I can get in there to break it up. The epoxy sculpt's quite hard. It's going to require a bit of picking. Pick. Anyway, I think I'll deal with that one later. Okay, so elephant. I'm going to pop off some pieces. I need a big one. Where is the big one? Need a new big one. Okay. And a couple of small ones. Okay. I just get my reel. I need four of these. Five for that. I just need to grab another reel of the big one so I can pop off. So I can pop it off. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get another reel. got a big reel. This is heavy. Okay, so I need just one of these, I think. All right. Now, so we need one to go in the back here. So I need to make that a bit bigger. Do try and prep this before I bake it, so there is room, but sometimes it shrinks and I just have to carve it out again. I should probably get a proper Stanley knife, but this one works fine. Still a tad small. So I'll have to let's make this inside a bit bigger. Okay, I think that should fit. All right, so I'm going to have to epoxy sculpt this bit and this bit. So that's ready to go. The next ones are the hooves or the feet, elephant feet, not hooves. So that fits in nicely. So I'll epoxy sculpt that to that one. There. This one needs to be carved a bit bigger. It's not going to fit. So I sculpted these feet out of Sculpey Original, which is the white Sculpey. And for the nails, I used translucent Sculpey, which I might dirty up a little bit, but I'll just wait until the doll's put together to see if I'm happy with the way it looks. But I think it needs to be sort of dirtied up a little bit. I'll give this, I think I'm going to paint these as well. So I'm going to try and integrate it into the fabric. So I'll mix up a color that's the same color as the fabric that I'm going to use. Hopefully this fabric, I need to do a test to make sure I can add a little bit of paint to it and it's not going to just wipe off. Straighten the armature. That'll do. That'll fit. It's like a fake leather type thing. So yeah, this fit? That fits fine. There. This one probably needs a bit of a trim. These elephant feet are really quick to sculpt too. That'll do. Okay, that's in there. And then finally I need to add some epoxy sculpt to this joint because for some reason they don't make a male to female joint in this amateur size, so that's really annoying. Okay. So I'm going to use some epoxy sculpt to attach all these pieces together. And it's basically a two-part epoxy. It does recommend to wear gloves when you're mixing it. So I just put gloves on, obviously. This part's always kind of hard to get out. Kills my fingers. Pulled a big hole in that glove. Cool. Alright, let's get a new one. Very quiet live today. Lives. That'll do. So this is a 2-part epoxy sculpt, and you basically just got to mix it together until it's nicely combined and you can't see any like marbling in it. And it's a little bit hard to see because they're both bloody grey. But you've got, on like a mild cool day, you've got about 40 minutes to work with it, maybe up to an hour if it's really cold. But if it's warmer, you've got about 20 minutes, half an hour to work with this before it starts going off. And it sets rock hard, which is why I use it for my armature pieces to hold them in place. You can sculpt with it as well. You're just obviously restricted by time. And you can also smooth it out with just water, so that's also good. So yeah. It's kind of hard to see that it's all mixed in properly, but it's a bit of a workout on the old fingies as well. It's a hard one. You can sort of tell if it's properly mixed in when you sort of look at it and there's still a bit of marbling. Punch the cat in the face. So we want to get rid of that marbling, and I'm just adding a little bit of water that makes it a bit easier and less sticky. So yes. This is sort of why you need to use gloves as well. It's a very sort of a lot of residue, I should say. Plus it's epoxy. I think it should be sort of okay. That's the best we're going to get. Looks about done. All right, so I'm going to attach this piece first. So get a little bit here. I'm wondering if I should restart this TikTok as well. It's not great. So I sort of load this bit up with the epoxy sculpt because I just want it to be really secure. So when it dries, there's no chance of it. It's neat and not going to snap. That's sort of the issue with the bigger armature of this. It doesn't have a proper socket if you're doing a 4-legged animal. So you have to sort of fashion it. Just make it up. You're crafting to... Oh, thank you. Sometimes I don't know what to say. Sometimes I don't know what to say. Okay, so I'm just using a bit of water to smooth it out a bit. sure it's nice and smooth, and this will need to sit overnight before I can put the deer together, or the stag together. So I want this joint to be nice and hard. What are you crafting? Okay, so I'm going to leave that up here. That should be okay. Leave that there. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is probably this elephant. Just going to take a smaller piece. I need to do two sides to this elephant. And the hole that I put in there is really tight, so that's good. We can just sort of go in and I probably don't even need that much, to be honest. Go in here. So I'm going to do the trunk out of fabric. Oh, a fursuit. That's so much work. This coming from an Artdoll artist. I've made a couple of resin masks before, but I haven't done a fursuit before. Okay. I always like how clean they come out. Is that a weird concept? Okay, that's the trunk attached. Yeah, I always I'm always impressed with how neat they are when I see them. I don't think I've ever seen a crappy fursuit before, or maybe I just haven't looked hard enough, but they always look so neat. Oh, it's your second one. Nice one. All right, so just a bit of water to smooth it all out. What you making? Just attaching the armatures to the elephant. So I've got the trunk armature on. I'm just doing a whole lot of armature stuff really at the moment. I did do the wings on my flying fox. So I'm just waiting for something to dry on that. I'm waiting for something to dry on this armature for the stag as well, so I can put that together probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'm just doing all the armature bits for the elephant now. So it's coming along slowly. Should be okay. So I just got to attach all of the ones for the feet for the should be enough for the elephant. So I'm going to do the ears. I'm going to do the same sort of thing as I did for the flying fox wings. So I'm just going to make a a wire armature, and I've made these little holes in the side of the head. So I'll probably just do the same technique as the wings and then attach them onto the head so they can move. Because we wanted them movable. We want it to be able to flap. I want it realistic, you know. So yeah, I sculpted all the feet for the elephant. So I did the toenails out of translucent Sculpey. So the customer wanted the names of the mother, the baby, and the grandmother on the feet. So I'll do it on the 3 feet. But yeah, I think I'll paint these. To match the fabric that I'm going to use. Oh, thanks. But yeah, I'm going to do the trunk out of fabric as well, so obviously posable. We'll see how it all goes. I haven't made a elephant before, so this is a baby elephant. The customer wanted the same one as, there was a baby elephant born at the Columbus Zoo, so they were wanting to get a doll of the baby. It's an Asian elephant, so not an African one. I'd like to do an African one next. But anyway, we'll get there one day. One day when I run out of ideas for cats, making cats. Okay, so that's one elephant hoof. So I'll finish doing these elephants and then I might do a little bit of sculpting on the leopard gecko. It's coming along nice. It's almost finished. I just ran out of time yesterday to do it. Bit of water. Okay. That's good. Another one. Done. I'm also done a little bit of work on. I'm going to put it this way. A Japanese dragon mouth. So this is going to be the lower jaw for it. So I haven't added like all the final details, but I think I'm going to do the color scheme as black. And I want possibly like the underbelly red. So I'm going to do like a black scale and then underbelly red. I think that's going to look good. So this is the first sort of step in that whole process. Now that's the lower jaw. So it's sort of going to sit further forward, I think. I haven't decided. I'm just going to wing it. See what happens. I've always wanted to make a Japanese dragon. So I'm trying to keep like a wood block sort of look to it. But yeah, I used to do a lot of Japanese inspired dolls back in the day. So I still want to try and, do them every now and again, as opposed to doing all my realistic animals, which is obviously my main focus. But yeah, I sort of want to get back to doing some Japanese inspired dolls. Oh, thank you for you're awesome. Thanks. Much appreciated. You're awesome. No, you are. Okay. I think I'm going to dirty up the claws too. Or the nails. Nails. So used to saying claws. I'm going to dirty up the nails too, but after I put it all together, I might like scratch it up a little bit. Another elephant foot. One more, and then I'll do some work on the leopard gecko. So I just really did like the basic part of the foot. Really basic. Squeeze it all in. Add a bit of water. Blend it. So these will dry overnight and they'll be nice and solid. And then I can put the whole thing together. I could put the elephant together and I'll put the stag together. So that's cool. Alright. For elephant feet. So I'm just using that water to smooth it out so it's not such a filthy joint. Okay, there's another elephant foot. So we've got all our elephant feet. Okay, get this off. Get it off. I need to find my fabric or fake fur. I know I can turn the gloves the other way around, but I want to reuse them. So I take them off the difficult way. All right. Oh, that one's broken anyway. Bye-bye glove. They don't last forever. Okay, so here is our little leopard gecko. Little face. So basically what I need to do is kind of the detail work. I need to it splashes all over. I need to redo just where this mouth is sitting and make it a bit more symmetrical. So what I'm going to do, just want to bring that here. Okay. So there's just like a tiny bit here that I needed to redo. I made this armature slightly too big, but we can work with that. That's fine. But yeah, I really like geckos. I do really like geckos. I think because I played Gex when I was a kid, Gex 3D, which is a gecko, obviously. That was like one of my favorite games when I was growing up. Like you can't still play games. When I was young, I played games. All right, so this piece is going to be painted, so I do need to spend a little bit more time just getting it clean and adding all the details in. Now, I need a little bit of this. I also did a little bit of work for the Shiranui doll. So I've got the reflector really base for the reflector. So I'll need to add like the orange into it, which I'll just leave here. Okay, so I have a little bit of a kind of a dip here. That kind of like that. I like the way this one's turning out though, it's super cute. Isn't it? It's cute. All right. Nice and clean. Now this is like a little, got reference images up on my computer next to me, and got like this little like ridge kind of thing. Got like this little ridge here. Just kill it. Coyote. So the ear is like here. Ear is like here. Gross ear. Ball and socket. Okay, so the ear is going to sit about here. So what I'm going to do is the ear is so gross. I'm going to make an ear hole. Ear hole. Ew. Have I made a Ikran from Avatar? No, I haven't actually. I try not to do like copyrighted characters unless I'm kind of making it for myself. Just really, like, I'm not just going to make it and sell it because it's just, you just get slapped with all sorts of copyright issues. But, you know, I've only done a few copyrighted characters for myself. I'm currently making Shiranui from Okami, but that's just like fan art more than anything. So, yeah, nothing like that. I've only seen the first. You're talking about Avatar the movie or Avatar the cartoon with Aang? I can't remember. I think it's the movie. I've only seen the first one like years ago and I can't remember it. Ear hole. The Blue People. Yeah. I've seen that first one years ago when it first came out. It wasn't bad. It was like 3 hours. So long. Ear hole. Ear hole. Okay. I'll stop now. Alright, so it's just a little bit of detail on that side. Just push down. Do the same deal on this side. Yeah, like, I mean, it's understandable why copyright is a thing. You don't want people ripping stuff off left, right, and center. But yeah, Disney's really hard on their copyright as well. So they will literally go after anybody. They're really heavy with maintaining their copyrights. So, yes. They love their copyright threats. But like you can make fan art. It's just you selling it is the problem. So you're more than welcome to make like, a doll of whatever. They're not going to go after you for that. It's if you sell it or try and sell it. They don't want you making money off it, you see. But they're more than happy. Did I hear about the one that sued for putting... No, I didn't. Was that America? It sounds American. That sounds very American. Like, honestly. It was. That's not surprising. The amount of suing that goes on there, it's insane. All right. Now we do the other ear hole. It's like they do heartless things like that. Like, come on. I can imagine. I don't envy you guys. I feel so bad for, people that it's affecting. Like, I can complain about whatever tariff, whatever, but people are literally being torn away from their families. Losing rights, all that sort of stuff. Anyway. I just had a whole thing with someone on Instagram who was like a full MAGA supporter. MAGA, what do you want to call them? Those things. I think it was a bot though. There was like no sleep break. It was just like every 20 minutes, as soon as you say something, every 20 minutes they come back. It's very bot-like. Right, 2 ear holes. I'm falling off my chair. Okay, what's next? So, scale work, maybe. So I've got reference images on my computer. Scale work. Why do I do this to myself? Now I can. Just wondering the best way about the scale work. So like tiny. Yeah, I know. Chronically online. It's crazy. And this person doesn't even follow me. That's what I found a bit strange as well. The person doesn't follow me and they'll just like bang straight on the post. All I did was call him incompetent and they were just like bang straight on there. So yes, I do think that just must be like scouting for keywords or something. We all know that. It's what they do. Anyway, hopefully soon something will happen. Someone will take the reins. Something will happen and he will be gone. Fingers crossed. No, they can't. Seriously. Like, you guys just had another shooting with children. Like, what is going on over there? It doesn't even make front page news here anymore. Like, it's just like, oh, by the way, this happened again. Yeah. I know. It was like, I just don't understand. And they're really going to go hard on the, because apparently the person was trans, and they're just going to go take that and fly with it. They're going to run a mile with that. It was. It wasn't. It was on the news, but not mainstream. Yeah, it's not either. Here, it was like all the way down. By the way, this happened today. Coyote. I'm wondering if I should add a little bit of gobble. Yeah, I know. It's like, just, it doesn't make sense. I mean, generally it's the same type of person that does this stuff. But like, just background check people, check their mental health, like do a mental health assessment. It's so hard to get a gun here in Australia. Like, you can't just go to Target and buy one. That's insane. You need to be in a club, you need to have like no priors of anything, no convictions, nothing. You need like a proper reason to own one, even. You're not surprised other places. Yeah, exactly. Of course. You used to be able to, when I was a kid, you used to be able to go to, it's called Kmart. It's kind of like Walmart, but that sort of shop. You used to be able to just go and buy one, but um, yeah, we had a mass shooting down here in Tasmania, and they just banned guns since then, and hasn't happened again. Um, and the same thing happened with New Zealand. Like, someone went and shot up a mosque, and they banned assault rifles. Like, you don't need one. Yeah, I'm afraid there's not much of that there going on there at the moment. It's insane. Okay. I added a little bit of the gobble. But like, they've also, they're just banning machetes here too now. So it's like, they don't want people to have weapons, let alone, weapons of war. Like, what do you need an assault rifle for? Honestly, what are you going to go out and shoot a pig with an assault rifle? What are you trying to do? It just makes no sense. And he had multiple guns. They had multiple guns. A pistol, a shotgun, and a rifle. What's going on? Having, yeah, we've got one too, but it was only because a couple of weeks ago there was like a knife fight at the shopping centre with machetes. So let's ban machetes. I mean, people genuinely use them for, going through, forests and chopping things and hunting, whatnot. Insanity. Anyway. All right, I added a little gobble there. I think that's a little better. All right, so I've got to think about what best way to do the scales. Yay, scales. Love it. Okay, what's the time? 2:05. Okay. So I'm going to have to jump off, unfortunately. But I'll be on again tomorrow. The plan for tomorrow is I'm going to put the deer back together. I put the deer together. So our stag, our crystal stag, we're going to put together because they should be dry. I'm also going to put the elephant together because that also should be dry. Might do some prep for the ears. What else should I do? Try and finish this little gecko head. And yeah, a couple of things to do tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be on at about 12:30 again, maybe before, maybe not, I don't know. Just depends how we go. Till about 2 again. And yeah, so join me over there. YouTube, I will catch you